Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to part 2 of this backtesting session. So just to recap, let's just make this full screen. Oh, there we go. Just bear with me. Okay, so just to recap, as we saw during the New York AM session, price expanded higher. There was no setup for me in terms of a continuation higher. I'm just going to venture out just so we get a better picture. So we obviously within this hourly BISI, for me, no key levels were purged that warranted any action. So we've seen price trade higher. Now we are heading into the New York PM session. I'm just going to draw a let's just let me just do this for now. So we want this as on confirms. Okay. Oh God. There we go. Okay. Now, obviously, I think that there is potentially a continuation of higher prices. I do want to see. I would prefer to see NQ purge a liquidity pool, an hourly liquidity pool, and that hasn't happened. Yet. So that in itself that's problematic for me. Could we still see the market move lower? Absolutely. It is problematic. However, it is one of the models. So I think we have a overlapping, very small. I'm just going to mark this in that potentially this is an inversion fair value gap there. And if we were just to maintain complete synergy across all three members, then we can just mark this up here. So if we're looking at the 5 minute, we're still probably looking for some form of displacement. There's a small one in here. We are seeing displacement on NQ. NQ very clearly appears that it wants to reprice lower. So we're going to extend this to we're going to extend this to 2 o'clock. Excuse me. But as I said, in fact, let's mark off some. So that is, what time is that? 11. So that's 12. So we have, that's London. Choose use that. We've also got the other one here, but we'll just go with London for, in fact, don't necessarily need to go London, let's just go for the most recent. The London high has been purged as well. No, I want to rename this because it's irritating me. Limit that. Okay. Now, as I said, it's looking increasingly unlikely that I'm just going to put the London high in here because that's the most recent one. Okay, have a bit of coffee. Okay. And does mean that we can get rid of that. Okay, so now the reason why though that H1 purge because we do have SMT there potentially. That's what's interesting to me, is the fact that we do have SMT. But we don't have a H1 imbalance, so really I would, if we're looking at this from the London highs, so we've obviously got, so if we took it from here, we'll just keep the blue for now. So we do have, so this, let me just get comfortable. Yeah, this is an interesting play. But anyway, let's play forward time a little bit. We'll work towards that 2 o'clock. Just want to see, does price have any indication of wanting to trade below that imbalance? No. Okay, that's interesting now. So that's kind of invalidated a number of different ideas that we had. We're just going to clear these for the time being. I'll explain why in a minute. And we're going to pan out to the 4 hour, because now what we're seeing, in fact, let's pan out to the daily, is potentially this with YM. Now, truth be told, we've displaced through there, so potentially want to monitor this. Now, it's not a fully developed or confirmed BISI because we haven't had the hourly close yet, but okay. Okay. So it's looking rather unlikely that I'm going to actually stick to the hourly, just because we've traded above the previous day's high. I want to see if price has any. We want to get to the hourly candle note, so it looks like we're now naturally going to expand higher. Yeah, it's still looking at more of a continuation higher to the. Let's just pop out to the daily. There is an imbalance in here that's been repriced already. There's an element of there's a portion of it which is still open and likely to be a target, which brings into question this high anyway. Certainly appears that that's where price is leaning towards. So that's interesting, but they've all traded into here. It's not looking rather favourable. We're probably in the PM sessions trade execution window. I'm not seeing an edge playing out currently, so doing nothing. And this, we've got to be mindful of. Technically, it's all of this, but if we're looking at the extreme, we're looking at this one here. This is another annoying label. Let's just change that. Actually, so this is a potential. Okay. Potential. We don't. Excuse me. We don't know yet. Yeah, we don't know yet if that is actually going to form. So we shall see. I'm not envisaging go. So go back to the hourly. Very much. Now you will get some people who would have played the 5 minute, probably the 5 minute breaker here, and want to get in off here. I'm not going to do that. But time wise, it's now sort of the end of the session. There was nothing for me in terms of getting involved in the continuation. If we're looking at this imbalance here, price never returned back to purge. Ideally I wanted to get involved down here, but wanted to see a key price level hit in order to engage, and that didn't happen. So excuse me, price continues higher, rebalance fair value gap here, symmetrical. Excuse me. And this fair value gap here, certainly on ES and YM, symmetrical. There was no fair value gap on NQ. So that brings an end to that session. Fortunately, we weren't able to get a New York PM session continuation. I was looking at the reversal, but that obviously was invalidated. Why was it invalidated? Important to know. I wanted to see how price was going to react at this level here, certainly on the 5 minute. Wanted to see it violate some form of potential discount PDRA. It didn't happen. In fact, it rebalanced and continued higher. So for me, that invalidated the shorts, and then obviously we saw NQ purge the previous day's high. So any near-term shorts now had completely evaporated. So the idea then was, can we stage, frame some form of continuation? Fortunately, was not able to. So we stay out of the market. It's part of our edge. There's always two parts of your edge. There's the parts of engaging the market, excuse me, and then there's the parts of staying out of the market. This was my edge of staying out of the market. Now some people will say, "Oh, well, you've missed out on a trade." Yeah, so I have. Okay, that's fine. There's an element that could be said in relation to, you know, this move here, but again, it's not my model. So I'm not trying to create models for every eventuality in the market. I'm trying to make models for specific things in the market that are applicable to me, and then I execute. I'm not trying to be able to execute in every condition, because the more you have the ability to execute in every condition, the more you also have in terms of potential risk that you're placing into the market. So it's it is an element of a double-edged sword. But for me, no, there wasn't anything here, especially as YM had hit its level. So with that being said, a short one. Hopefully you've taken something away from this short session, and I will catch you guys in the next one.